Hello and welcome back to my playthrough of Digimon World Re digitizeDecode for the 3DS. First thing I did was I realized that we probably have more than 15 prosperities, so we're going to go explore the forest. Yeah. The first Digimon we ran into was Garurumon, who was standing next to a upgraded speed training area. So in order to get him to go back to the city, we would have to actually beat it manually. And as you may know, I actually have brain damage when it comes to this minigame. Because for some reason my brain tells me, ooh, catch the bombs. And I have to focus really hard to not catch the bombs. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this mini game. Like I tried it maybe 3 more times and I couldn't beat him, man. I'm so incompetent at this. Oh, I decided to give it one last try. Like, maybe I will just, get myself together and actually perform well. I just couldn't. My Digimon was getting tired. I had to continue my exploration of the forest because, my Digimon's getting older. I don't have unlimited time to keep trying this. Nope, I failed miserably, so I guess that we're just going to, go and actually explore the forest. Um, yeah, I'll actually, practice this mini game until I get decent at it another time, but right now, I actually just cannot get my brain to process not catching the ball. Alright, the next Digimon we run into is Leomon staring at this pile of boulders. He wants us to, well, he doesn't want us to, but we're going to anyway, destroy the pile of boulders so that we can get to the next area. I have no idea what's beyond these boulders, but I'm excited to find out. And I know for a fact my Digimon is strong enough because he has almost max strength. We've broken the boulders, so we follow Leomon into the next area. But first, I wanted to see what was down this unexplored path. It turns out there's a Beomon asking for directions that I definitely don't remember. So what we're going to do is we're going to press random buttons and hope that she returns to the city. Okay, after entering Gravel Wasteland, the first thing we see is Leomon standing over here by these ruins. We walk up and talk to him. He then proceeds to tell us that this area washes up things from our world and that it'll be a great way to get supplies to the city. He says he'll see us in the city, and I guess that means he works at the shop. So, woo! Upgraded shop. Now let's continue exploring Gravel Wasteland. Alright, the very next Digimon we find is this little baby in the middle of the desert by himself. He's bouncing around talking about Master, who apparently is Black Garurumon, who said he would teach him how to fight, but before he could, he ran off to the desert, and Bodemon tried to follow him and lost him. So I guess that means we have to track down his master in order to get him to return to the city. Alright, the next Digimon we find is Airdramon, and he's standing in front of a vending machine, and we decide to not cut in line, and I guess he appreciates that. Rambles a little bit about somebody leaving, and then goes back to whatever he was doing. I decide to buy a little bit of stuff from the vending machine before following him to see what the heck he's doing. He tells us about how he runs a treasure shop and that if he's going back to work to help him forget about things. I'm guessing we're going to have to find his partner or friend or whoever to upgrade this business, but I decide to go with the normal course and then I'll probably come back in a couple days. Hopefully we get something good from this. I think I pushed my Digimon a little bit too hard. We're gonna have to go back to town to recover his stamina or he could lose a lot of his remaining life and die. So I use autopilot to return to town and I rush to the hospital as fast as possible. I knew that I trained him too much and then proceeded to fight like 1,000 Digimon. So it's just me being an irresponsible tamer. So yeah, just if you ever do play this game, be very mindful of your Digimon's stamina. I noticed that my Digimon is actually starting to get low on his remaining life. So I try to think of something to do with him before he dies, something that doesn't take a lot of his remaining time. And I remember that there's Mount Infinity on the bottom floor, and I actually didn't explore it that much. So we're gonna go and play this mode for the end of my Digimon's life. I was just looking around to make sure I remembered how everything in this mode works before setting off to explore. Hopefully we get a lot of stuff done before we have to return to the normal digital world. After exploring for a bit, we run into Dorumon. He's saying something about a smell. We asked him where his friend is and about the smell, and he freaks out, saying he smells the X program and randomly runs off. It'd be a shame to leave all this treasure around, so, I just gotta stop and loot Goblin a little bit before proceeding. In the next room, we see Greymon talking about how he feels like he's running in circles. So I'm guessing we have some puzzles we have to figure out. First I go the direction Greymon is looking, and that didn't work, so I'm assuming we just have to go the other. Alright, that didn't work. What kind of tomfoolery is this? I'm guessing if it's not that, then we just have to go backwards and we'll go forward. So apparently I took that a little too literally and went all the way back to the beginning of the dungeon without realizing there was one more direction that I forgot to check. So a little bit of backtracking. Alright, this section is just me being a complete idiot. Alright, after all that running in the same direction, I decided to try the only other direction that I didn't go, and what do you know? It actually worked. Surprise! Upon entering the next area, we see Doruma surrounded by 3-block Agumon. I assumed Yuya was going to either beat him up or help him, but Doruma runs away, and we end up teaming up with Yuya and fighting off the Black Agumon, who are just bullying people. After taking care of the Black Agumon, Yuya says that he could still feel the influence of the X program here, and that it's still a long way to Yggdrasil. We ask him about what he's talking about. He tells us that while he was training Black, he acquired an X antibody for some reason. He is going to keep going in this area to find out more about Giga. He wonders why all of this is here and what it used to be. So we ask him about Yggdrasil. He says a host computer of the digital world that lies dormant in the depths. He said that the Yggdrasil is about to release the X program, and we asked him about the X program. He says it's a demonic program that viciously spreads through the digital world and deletes stuff. It said that many Digimon have been eliminated due to it, and he doesn't want it to happen again. He also says he's in a position where he needs to know what's going on. He tells us to get out of his way, and off he goes. That's really surprising. Honestly, I thought he was just gonna be a jerk the entire game, but I'm glad to know that he serves a purpose. So we keep moving forward. I loot goblin a little bit and unlock the next floor. I forget to talk to the thing in the middle of the room to actually activate the next floor, but I figure it out eventually and keep going. There's just a lot of loot. I know that I can't take it back to the actual digital world, but you know, I just like being a loot goblin. Anyway, we run into Greymon X again, and he's lost again. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to figure it out. I thought maybe there'd be like a invisible door or something, but I think that actually this time we might have to go backwards to go forward. we just had to keep going forward. That's it. Greymon X is just kind of not great at navigation. Alright, we unlock the next floor, pick up that item, and we're headed off. So it looks like the way to beat this floor is going to have something to do with fishing. We talked to Gomamon and he basically says that this is a great place for fishing and that if I'm looking for the terminal switch, he saw it deep underwater and that the only one who can reach the terminal underwater is a champion level Digimon like his grandpa. I have no idea where to find his grandpa, so I decided maybe if I just spend some time on this floor fishing, maybe I'll get some kind of clue or some kind of thing that he'll react to after fishing for a while. So, here's the fishing montage. Okay, so after all that, I tried talking to Gomamon X again, and there is just no change. So I'm guessing I have to just go back to the digital world and figure out something to do there. I run around the town, doing a few things here and there, including feeding my Digimon, stocking up supplies, checking on the Digimon around town. Apparently you can talk to the smaller Digimon and it can help progress the story, so I didn't know that, so, you know, I was just doing my usual stuff, picking up my daily meat, and then I realized my inventory is getting kind of messy, so I was gonna go put some of the stuff that's clogging up my inventory in storage, and I noticed that my partner was panting a lot more. He must be really close to the end of his life. I just finished cleaning my inventory, and the moment I stepped outside of the warehouse, he just dropped it. What is this timing? Well, I'd like to believe that he lived a good, very long life and that he helped get us very far. Hopefully our next partner can get us further and do a lot more. Um, yeah, we're gonna save his memory, and I think this time I'm going to pick an egg that has a lot more attack power. Because last time we picked based on that egg that had higher speed. I also like the pattern on this egg. It looks really cool. It reminds me of Garurumon. Alright, here we go. Welcome to the world. Let's give him a name. How about... yeah. Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah, that sounds about in theme for what I've been naming them. Yeah, munchies. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Next episode, we'll try and get munchies up to an acceptable level and see what we need to do to progress the story. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. I really do, because, it's an honor to be able to make videos that people actually watch. It makes me, like, really happy. I'm surprised that, there's quite a few of you that actually watch it all the way through to the end, and I'm just actually really grateful. So thank you, and I'd appreciate you to continue watching and helping my channel grow. Bye, and I hope you have a wonderful day.